Hi everyone, it's Miss here. I'm going to do a quick project today using some embossing paste and stencils. I'm using Wendy Vecchi embossing paste, some little mittens that I've cut out of the Joys of the Season cartridge using the Cricut Explore, and this Tim Holtz stencil from his 2014 winter release. I'm just going to tape the stencil down onto my craft mat. I'm a bit cavalier about this. Some people tape very carefully all the way around, but I find that if I hold the stencil in place that it doesn't really shift around, and I don't spend a lot of time on taping at all, as you'll see as the video goes on. Just applying a thin layer of the paste. A little of this stuff goes a long way. You scrape the excess back into the jar. And I love it when you reveal the stenciled effect underneath. It looks as though I've been knitting, which is something that I can't do. So I'll make do with knitting on paper. I'm just doing the second one now. I'm using a spatula that I got. It's a Wilton spatula that I got from the cake making department of the craft store. I think they all sell them. Any kitchen spatula would do. This one is stainless steel and very flexible. Just wipe off any tiny little white bits that might be on the edge of the card, and be sure to wash your stencil straight away, because it does harden very quickly and your stencil will never be the same again. A baby wipe will clear your craft mat off. Now for the base card, I used the writing feature of the Cricut Explore to write warm winter wishes onto a plain white card. I don't like the fact that it is so plain, so I'm going to add some more texture onto this with a snow stencil. This one is by Heidi Swap, and it's got a combination of hearts, stars and snow on it. So since I seem to have lost my falling snow stencil by Simon Says Stamp, which would have been perfect, I'm having to do this in little bits. And you can see that I'm really not taping down very carefully. I'm just lifting the stencil, popping it back on, and using some more embossing paste. But the end result was absolutely fine. There weren't any great splodges where the embossing paste had gone where it shouldn't. So I'm just randomly applying a little bit of snow onto this background. And I'll set those aside to dry, probably for about half an hour. You can see the effect quite clearly. It gives a lovely textured background effect to your card. And so while that's drying, I'd use some texture paste on these white cardstock mittens, also cut from the same cartridge. And I just wanted to see, I thought I'd share with you my experiment in seeing how ink went on top of it. So I'm using Mowed Lawn Distressing and a blending tool, and I'm just applying ink over the top of the texture paste. I'm not going to be making a card with these mittens, but I just wanted to share with you what it looked like, and I think it's really very effective. So they will be making their way onto a card at some stage, and it's certainly very, very quick and easy to do. So for the base card, I decided that I would do the writing again with it using a red pen this time, and I covered the front of a white card with some red cardstock. I've got masses of white card bases, but I'm a bit short of red cardstock, so And I cut a very thin strip of stripy red and green paper, and this is where you'll see me making a mistake, which I haven't edited out because I always quite like it in videos when I see people making mistakes. It makes me think, oh, I'm not the only one that makes mistakes. So I put some foam tape onto the back of the textured panel, and then when I popped it onto the card, I realised that in fact I'd put that little stripy strip on so high that it really didn't show. But I was anxious to rectify it because I did feel as though it provided the perfect little finishing touch to the card, and I use repositionable adhesive, so it was easy to just peel off and apply much lower so that the little stripy strip would show. And then I just used some foam pads to pop the textured mittens onto the card. I haven't put any other embellishments. There's loads of texture on this card, and I thought it would be a really nice card to send to people who maybe don't celebrate Christmas as such, but who you want to remember at this time of the year. So loads of texture and very simple to make. I hope you like it, and thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.